Welcome in to episode 3 of Tap In. Eagle Nick Cousin alongside my favorite golfing friend, Fernando Palomares. All golf talk, no gimmies. Am I right, Fernando?
Totally right, man. Thank you for having me again on this great show. And man, you're also my favorite journalist.
I appreciate that. Appreciate the love, feeling the love on this 6-degree day here in the Midwest, bringing all the warm vibes. So it was good to watch the golf this weekend, and we had a champion, Sony Open, Chris Gotterup, his third win in the last 7 months. Won the Scottish Open last year, wins the Sony Open this year. This dude, as Phil Mickelson would say, hitting hellacious seeds out here, had a 359-yard drive, ended up winning by 3, a final round 64. Fernando, what stood out about his performance to you?
Wow, so solid. I think if you watch TGL, you know he has a great stinger. I mean, to win in Scotland, I mean, his 3 wins have been under the wind. In tough conditions, you need to hit those low punch shots, and he has those shots. He can hit a hook, he can hit a fade. He mostly hits like left to right shots. So I think the modern equipment suits you better if you hit left to right shots now, the way it's made, and the ball also spins less. So now he can hit a low fade without having it like go way right, like with the equipment that they used to do before. And I'm just so happy for him. I actually picked him to win.
I know you were so happy about it. You were texting me like, "Oh man, I put $1 on it and I ended up winning."
Yeah, I put $1 on him and I won like $50.
Yeah, and in golf, with the odds being so high, $1 can take you really far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he was not my only pick. I also made some other picks, but he pulled me through. I mean, I picked Harry Hall to finish on the top 5, and he finished tied for 6th.
I had McIntyre in the top 10, and he delivered for me, finishing top 5. So we're all coming out winners this week, Fernando.
Yeah, let's go.
But you know who didn't come out a winner? Davis Riley collapsed after a day 3 lead. He had the lead going to the 8th hole of the final round, and then listen to this. Bogey, double bogey on 8, 9, and 10. Then was 3 shots back and just never recovered.
Yeah, I mean, also Chris ran away with it, but he just kind of handed him the tournament on that stretch, and it's tough to see, but I'm sure he'll get over it.
Yeah, he's him and Goddard are both those young golfers on tour. Still lots of golf left for them to play and lots of winning left for them to do as well. But we talked about young. How about somebody old out there? Vijay Singh at 62 years old, finishing T38. And I watched the video of one of his old caddies because they asked him, like, you know, what makes Vijay still playing good at this elite level at this age? And apparently, Vijay Singh wakes up at like 5, 6 a.m. and he's already working out at the gym, hitting balls as soon as the sun comes up. I mean, this dude is dedicated to the craft at 62 years old.
Yeah, man, one of the best to ever play. People forget he won like 34 times on tour.
Crazy.
He was the only guy who could battle Tiger at his prime. I mean, he can putt better than most of these guys. He showed it again. And he can barely walk, and he's like beating all these young guns. I mean, like most people don't understand the toughest part about golf is like you're actually walking 18 holes every day. You don't use a golf cart. You have to walk, and those courses are hilly, they're long, and he just pummeled the field. He could have won. I mean, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this year.
I watched a interview with Ludwig Aubert, and he was talking about how in his off-season training, you brought up the cart thing and the walking thing. He obviously, there's a big cart culture in North America, driving around the golf course, but the the last month of his training, he walks around to take those mental reps. I thought that was interesting.
Man, he has so many stories. He's from Fiji. I mean, it's like if you look at the Latin American Amateur Championship, an Argentinian just won, Pulcini. I don't know if you saw that, but
Went to the Masters, yeah.
the
Congrats.
the interesting thing about that tournament is like it's only been going on for like 10 years, and two guys have come from the Cayman Islands. Do you know how many holes there are in the Cayman Islands? 27, and they already have
Crazy.
two champions.
Crazy. Shout out to the Cayman Islands.
27 holes in total. That's not even two golf courses.
Crazy, man. You think about how many golf courses there are like per mile. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, in America, man, I can go 2 miles away and I can go within 5 miles of here and there's two golf courses. I mean,
There's over 1,500 courses in the U.S.
Yeah, that's crazy. Another young gun name who had an incredible performance to make the cut, Sahith Theegala, played the last 15 holes of his second round, 7 under, and had to get up and down an 18 to make birdie to make the cut on the number. I mean, impressive stuff out there, Fernando.
Man, I love him. I saw his dad once in Cabo. He looks like such a nice guy.
Yeah, his dad like brings this like crazy, infectious, like smiling energy. You just want to like hug him, you know, you just want to give his dad a hug.
Yeah, such a likable character. And he can work the balls. He's a tremendous putter. He has the grit. I'm so glad he's back. He was out like with an injury before, and he was showing up on TGL as well, but nothing like actual competition to get the juices flowing. He was like 6 over on his first round, rallied back to make the cut, and I mean he's on the field this week, so it might be a good pick.
I can see Sahith winning this year. He's been close a lot lately. But who we might not see win anytime soon, Collin Morikawa missed the cut. He's only had one top 10 finish in his last 17 starts, Fernando. And then Keegan Bradley, the Ryder Cup champion, had to make birdie on 18 to make the cut and did not. What did we think about both of their performances? And can Morikawa rebound? I mean, he missed a lot of putts out there, Fernando.
Yeah, it's really tough to putt on windy conditions, especially on that course. The players talk about how it's like the grain makes it harder to putt. But, you know, Colin, I think he's just really close. He's close. I mean, he was just one shot of the cut. I think he's just one click away with the putting to make it happen. That's always been the key with him.
One shot away. What about
Keegan? Man, Keegan played great. He won the skiing games last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wins as well this year.
Just the first tournament of the year, but notable to mention those two guys, two big names out there who didn't make the weekend. The first tournament of the year. Another winner on the DP World Tour, Nacho Elvira, his third DP Tour win in Dubai this last weekend, and you sent me the video and you were excited about it. That shot on 11 in his final round where he literally is on the side of a bunker, has no stance whatsoever, and somehow it lands on the green. Somehow, I don't know. So what was it about his performance that you loved, Fernando?
I mean, I've been watching him ever since he came out of the Challenge Tour, which now is called the Hotel Planners Tour, which is a feeder tour to the European Tour, which is now called the DP World Tour. So I've always been amazed by his game. I mean, this was like 2014 that he came out, and to prove himself again, it just shows how tough this game is. He said in an interview that he would never have picked himself on Tuesday to win, which makes no sense. After watching him play, he's in a phenomenal shape. And that shot at 11 was like Sebi. Sebi would have been proud of that shot.
Crazy.
One of the best shots I've ever seen under the circumstances. He didn't have a big lead, so he knew he had to go for it, and it paid off.
That was a stacked leaderboard there late. You had on the back nine 5 golfers tied for the lead, including Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy, part of that. Crazy.
Yeah, anybody could have won it. Like Daniel Hillier was there, David Puig was there, and Lowry. I mean, he just needed to hit a par from 123
Mhm.
meters on the last hole, and he pulled it to the bunker, and it was a tricky shot, but he just hit it too hard into the water. Man, that double bogey was tough to watch.
Yeah, tough to watch. Yeah, he had the one shot lead into 18, and he's in the green side bunker, and it rolls in the water. How do you think, as a golfer, mentally that might mess with his head going forward? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I was watching Tommy Fleetwood interview, and they asked him like if he regrets hitting any shots, and I thought like Tommy was the most optimistic guy in the world, but I thought he was never gonna say one shot in specific, but he immediately went back to like Shinnecock Hills when he lost to Brooks Koepka on the third round, the second shot on number 11. He was very specific about how that shot like cost him the tournament because he ended up losing by one and he hit a triple on that hole. So I think Lowry is not ever gonna forget about this shot, but I think it's only gonna make him greater.
And what's making Rory great this year? Some new equipment in the bag. How did you see those new clubs that he had in his bag help him this weekend to finish where he was? Because going into the tournament, he was a heavy favorite. Even if you put money down, you weren't really going to win money by placing a bet on him. He was that big of a favorite.
Yeah, it's just like Scotty this week. These guys have performed so well and so consistently. It makes sense. Like these odds make sense. They're huge favorites for a reason. And the fact that Rory, like he's not letting his ego win on this one. Like he's like, I don't need blades. If cavity bags give me an edge, I'm gonna take it. Just like if they would tell him like, hey man, you can play with your M2 TaylorMade driver at the next Masters, he would do it. He cannot do it because now it's deemed illegal. But who has an advantage, they're gonna take it. Even Scotty, like everybody would take that advantage, and I'm happy for him. I mean, we love to see him hitting like 350 every time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Why do you think he made the change?
Well, he was saying that his misses were getting worse. Like normally, if he hits a 5 iron, it goes like 5 yards short. But now it was going like 15 yards short. So he's not sure, but why it was happening now. But if he's saying that with these new irons, it's not happening anymore. Like I always tell everybody when they tell me, "Hey, when are you gonna switch to blades? Why don't you hit blades if you're a good golfer?" It's like, why would I make it even tougher? Like this, like this game. I like this game to be easy. Like it's
Mhm.
easy because I want it to. Why would I not want it to be easy?
Got to make it easy as possible. Golf's already hard enough, Fernando. Already hard enough. Oh man. With Live Golf, we always have news, Fernando. I swear, like every week, there's Live Golf news is just popping off. And this week, this was today as we're recording on Tuesday. This was you sent me this, and I'm just like mind blown over here. Michael Sasso, the reigning NCAA champion, joining Live Golf and Phil Mickelson's HyFlyers GC team. This was the spot that was offered to Akshay Bhatia, who rejected it. And now we have a young face in the game joining Live, which I think could do a lot for Live going forward. It could be an opening for a lot of young players out there. You make a lot of money, you get your name out there, and you learn from veterans like Phil Mickelson on your team.
Man, what a signing! This is just what Leaf needed. They needed this win so bad, man. They were just getting hit after hit. But I think the fact that DJ and Ram and Smith stepped up and Bryson to say like, man, we're staying. I think that made Lasasso made the jump. I mean, he obviously declined an invite to the Masters next year, but if he plays well, he's gonna get an invite to next year anyway. I mean, he's gonna get guaranteed money. He's gonna have one of the best ever to play, just being his tutor, his private tutor, like Phil. Nobody wants him to win more than Phil. Imagine having that kind of support. It's insane. And obviously you got Brendan Steele and Cameron Tringale, who are long season veterans. They know how to play the game very well. So I'm just very happy for Liv and Lasasso, and let's go Liv.
It's a big win for Liv. We were talking last week, is Liv dead? And the guys out there like Daniel Rappaport saying Liv is dead. Liv is back now. And also, not only is Michael Sasso joining up with Liv, Ben An is joining up with Liv and joining the Korean Golf Club. This is also another spot we were talking about. This is Kevin Na's spot he's replacing. How big of a win is this for Liv? You talked about Sasso being a win. How big is this of a win for them?
Man, people underestimate how good Benan is. Like his putting, obviously he's very good, but it's not as good as other parts of his game. Nobody in the world hits a better driver of the deck than Benan. He is such a weapon. That's how they call him, the weapon. And obviously Kevin Na is a great character. He's a great putter, but obviously he didn't play well last year, and his team literally just dropped him. I mean, he was the captain last year. Now he's gone. It makes you question a little bit how this whole live thing works. But I mean, who cares? Ben Annie is a great addition, and I think we're all happy that Liv just keeps getting better.
This is interesting though, because when Liv first started, Ben An said he'd never join, and now he's joining Fernando. What? So
That's why I said maybe Akshay signs next year. You never know.
yeah, I mean, minds change, right? I mean, that's what happens out here.
We got Victor Perez now on Live as well.
Yeah, big. Yeah, he almost won a medal at the Olympics. So we got some big names out here, and another big name that's not going anywhere on LIV Golf is Dustin Johnson signing a multi-year extension and also getting his LIV team an exclusive merch deal with Under Armour, who's been his sponsor for a long time, being a pro out there.
Yeah, very happy for DJ and the Four Aces. They were the top team when Liv first started. Nobody could beat them, but they had Taylor Gooch. But now they have this guy Thomas Detry, and they have Thomas Peters now, who was on the range coach before, and obviously Patrick Reed. And DJ is going to play this week in Dubai, so I'm very excited to see if he wins.
Yeah, a lot of turnover, and you mentioned Dietrich's. He's new to LIV Golf this year as well.
Yeah, man, he's playing in Dubai this week. I think a lot of LIV guys are gonna finish strong.
Speaking of Dubai, Rory McIlroy favored again, and this is crazy odds. I looked this up. So Rory's plus 300. You want to guess what the next odds are for the next favorite?
Like 1,500.
Well, this one's not as much as the American Express, which we'll get to, but Tommy Fleetwood again is the second favorite, just like last week, plus 850.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And you could see that last week. I mean, Rory was every day near the hunt. Everybody thought he was going to win again. Tommy didn't play well the first 2 days. I mean, he got it back to a decent start, but it makes sense. I mean, Rory, top 5 Rory, I think is a safe bet for this week.
Put your money on it now. Fernando knows what he's talking about. Like you said, he won money. He won money this week. Any other names you're watching in Dubai? I know Victor Hovland's making his debut there this week.
I mean, we got Angel Ayora. For me, has been a name to watch, and he said no, to live. Garcia called him personally. Hey, can you join you want to join the Fireballs? Abraham answered, just left. You want to fill him in? And he's like, no, I want to keep playing here on the DP World Tour. So maybe he wins. I mean, David Puig, he almost won last week. He's playing great. We got Terrell Hatton making his debut. Maybe this year he finally wins a major. We got Beef Johnson coming back to the European Tour. Yeah, Beef.
Love that guy.
We have Dylan Fritelli. He's playing well again. He almost won last week as well. We got Eddie Pepperell, who clutched his European Tour card in dramatic fashion, man. So I think it's exciting to watch. Francesco maybe makes a comeback this year. We got Alexander Fitzpatrick, Matthew Fitzpatrick brother. He's also trending in the right direction. We got Luke Donald. I think he's going all in this year again. So who knows?
Lots of big names there. Lots of big names. We'll get to your picks later and my picks later. Let's get to the other tour, the PGA Tour, and this week heading to California to Palm Springs. A little bit of a tough travel week going from Hawaii to Palm Springs. No direct flights. Have to fly and then drive through the mountains 2.5 hours. Tough for a lot of the golfers who played last week in Hawaii. Not tough for Scottie Scheffler, who I was telling you, heavy favorite for this one. And I'm going to have you guess. So he's plus 300, just like Rory to win. But guess what the next favorite is now. This is a lot bigger number.
Like 1,500?
2,000. And it's Ben Griffin.
That's just funny. That's just like, sounds made up.
Yeah,
that's the world we live in. It's Scotty plus 300, and the next favorite is Ben Griffin at 2,000. Like Ben Griffin, wow. I mean, he used to have like a normal job, like working mortgage, like a few years ago. I mean, and suddenly he's the second heaviest favorite on this stacked field. Have you seen the players on this tournament?
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
I mean, you have, well, not only is Scotty debuting, you have Ludwig Oberg, Patrick Cantley, Justin Rose, Matt Fitzpatrick, Will Zalatoris is back full time on tour. He said he's fully healthy.
After watching Happy Gilmore, he's one of the favorites.
Yeah, and he said he's back fully healthy this year. He's been struggling with that back injury the last couple of seasons. Max Homa also out there. Sepp Straka, the defending champion. Another stacked field on the PGA this week.
Yeah, and to think that Ben Griffin, I mean, no disrespect to him, that just speaks to how good he's been playing. Yeah. Like, he's focused. And also we got like Johnny Kiefer, the number one on the Korn Ferry Tour last year. I mean, I think he might have a great year this year. For me, Michael Thorbjornsen, I mean, it's just going to happen. He's just going to win and win and win. So maybe this week he wins. We also have Emilio Gonzalez, my Mexican guy. He made a cut at the Sony Open. So
hey, there you go.
Putting some money for him to finish top 20. And for me, the biggest name to win this tournament, obviously besides Scotty, has to be Ryan Gerard. He's been trending so good.
He's second in the FedEx Cup right now. I know it's after one tournament, but that's still impressive.
And he finished second on Mauritius last year. He's just going. The sky's the limit for this guy right now.
Yeah. You mentioned Ben Griffin, and you said all these other names, and he's the second favorite. What is it about Ben Griffin this last year on tour? He blew up. Oh, so what is it about his game that you think that he's the second best odds favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have maybe to look at the courses that they're playing. They're playing the Pete Dye Stadium course this week, and they renovated it a few years ago, and it's made it tougher. So this tournament used to be like a very low-scoring tournament, like one of the lowest scoring tournaments in relation to par. Normally they win like with minus 25, something like that. But after the renovation they did on the stadium course, they had like 71 was the scoring average last year for that course, which if you compare it to the other two courses where this tournament is being held, they're like at 68 each of them. So I think if you hang in there the first day at the stadium course and you play well on the other one, I mean, everybody plays the last day at the stadium course. Anything can happen, but on this tournament in specific, they say that it's going to be really windy. So I think Ben Griffin statistically stands out when it's windy. So I think maybe that's why a lot of guys are picking him.
The golfers in the Sony Open dealt with 22 mile per hour winds. You think that gives any of the guys who already played this last week an advantage?
Totally. And I don't think the golf ball travels much different there. Maybe it's less humid on this tournament, and maybe the ball flies a little bit more. But as far as the wind goes, it's a great advantage.
And you know who we'll see there, Fernando? Brooks Koepka. Back on the PGA Tour. Love it. Our ratings are already people are already going to tune in to watch this. I can already guarantee you that. Fan favorite. and the reception's been good from the golfers so far. Not a lot of hostility about him coming back on tour. Everyone is just welcoming him back. There hasn't really been anybody coming out saying, "Hey, I hate this. I'm not a fan of this," which is good. And how do you think Brooks does getting back on the PGA Tour, and what do you think the reception from everybody will be?
Yeah, everybody in the PGA Tour knows their money is gonna go up just because Brooks is back. He's the
Yeah.
needle mover. That's why a lot of players went to LIV in the first place because Brooks was in that pool. So I mean, I'm very happy for him. I think he needs this kind of challenge to prove himself. He's worth it. I think he knew he needed this. He likes the animosity sometimes of other people. Like maybe he thought everybody was loving him on LIV, so maybe he wanted little bit more of fire. Uh, but I mean, I think Brooks is gonna start winning majors again, hopefully. And the fact that he also signed up for the Cognizant Challenge tells me a lot about his commitment of playing more tournaments because he's not in on the signature events or the Players Championship yet. So he's got to get those reps in, and we know Brooks. If he starts getting in the flow of things, he's one of the top 10 players easy on the planet.
Top 10 players on the planet, no doubt. And this is another crazy thing about Scottie Scheffler. I saw this the other day looking at DraftKings and FanDuel. Look at the odds for Scottie Scheffler for wins this year, over 5.5. You're not minus 125. You're not people. How much money are you going to put on this? You're not going to make much money back. I mean, it's insane. Just that plus 300 odds to win this weekend for his first tournament back, and over 5.5 wins with those odds. Come on, Fernando. What are we doing here? Why does people are just in love with Scottie, man?
It makes no sense. I mean, we all love Scottie. We all know he's great, but it still makes no sense. How many tournaments does he play in? I mean, 25? So this means that even if he wins 1 out of 5, you're still not gonna win this bet. So what does that tell you? He's gonna win one out of 4 times, and these odds are bad anyways. Why would you take his bet?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The odds are not good. I would not bet this. I'm not betting. We bet a couple of times, but I would not bet this. No way.
I mean, I would bet a lot of money for Scottie to stay on top of the world rankings. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's a good.
I don't know.
That's a good.
I don't know what are the odds on this, but I mean, you never know. Rory, with that Masters win, he might be onto something this year.
We'll see. And he's got the new equipment, like we talked about. Let's get to our weekend picks. Fernando, I'll start with you. Let's go to the second stop in Dubai for the DP World Tour. Who do we have winning there for you?
I got DJ. DJ is gonna win. I'm also gonna bet on Angela Iora, and Tyrrell Hatton and David Puig.
Okay, man, you got a good mix there. Since I picked him last week and he almost won, I'm gonna go with Rory again. I know he's the favorite. I know that's an easy pick, but he's playing well. He impressed me last week.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot bet against Rory. That's not a good idea.
No, and I'm gonna ride with that, Fernando. I'm gonna ride with that. And over to the PGA Tour, who do we have this week? Who you picking?
I think we got Michael Thorbjornsen. He's got to be on the mix. Obviously, we got Ludwig. He has all the tools to succeed, and Ryan Gerard. Obviously, a long shot would be for me a good bet, top 10 Michael Block.
Oh, the former PGA pro who did so well in the PGA Championship.
I follow him closely, and he's always posting low 60s every time he plays.
Crazy.
So it's just about time he performs in these events.
I want to get your opinion on my picks because these are coming out. They might be a little, little skeptical. All right. My first pick, I'm picking 2. Ricky Fowler is my first. He's had a top 10 in this tournament when he's played in it the last couple times. He had a top 10 in 2022 in the tournament. So that is my pick. And he's also, just like Gotterup, who won this last week, he's been shaking that rust off in TGL. So I gave him an automatic advantage for that, just having been out there swinging clubs, getting used to getting in a routine back and all those things. And one of your picks from last week, who is a phenomenal putter. I didn't even know until this week how great of a putter he is. One of the best putters in the world statistically right now, Harry Hull.
Yeah, what a player. I mean, he posted on Instagram that he didn't play well and he finished tied for 6th. That talks about the way he's playing. I wouldn't be surprised. He leaves the trophy. I love his hat. I mean, I used to love Bryson more when he used to wear that kind of hat.
Yeah. Those days are gone, unfortunately. There is that February 2nd deadline for LIV golfers like Bryson and John Rahm and Cam Smith to move back over to the PGA Tour, but it seems like they're committed.
No, that's not happening. But I saw that Patrick Reed is interested on this in this returning program. He posted something about it, but he's not included with these rules. But maybe they change the rules tomorrow, and we have Patrick Reed back for the Waste Management Open on PGA.
They did it for Brooks. You never know. You never know what's going to happen out here. It's going to be a great weekend of golf ahead. DP Tour in Dubai, coming mainland to the California for the PGA Tour. Scottie Scheffler, the heavy favorite on the PGA Tour. Rory McIlroy, the heavy favorite in Dubai. We have our picks. We'll put them below. You can comment and roast us like we said last week. You can say we're totally wrong, or you can agree with us. We want to hear below in the comments what you think, and make sure you also like the episode and subscribe to the page. We have 2 new subscribers this week, Fernando. We had 19 last week. 2 new subscribers tuning in this week. Let's keep this good momentum going.
Yeah, thank you for everybody that tuned in, and I'm hopeful that we can have some nice guests in the future so we can keep growing this program and just let it reach more people who love golf and who are interested in the golf world. And if you have any questions, let us know. Any comments? We also like to get to know your analysis. Maybe some things that we don't know, so we always want to have the best information for you guys out there. And see you next week.
Let's make this a great community. Enjoy the golf, everybody, and we'll see you next Wednesday.